Hello everyone, welcome to another Advanced Wars by Web replay review. This is a game that I played on the High Funds Live League ladder, and it's on the map Icebound. This is a map created by Voice of Akasha, the legendary player and map maker. I believe this is the only map that does not have symmetry that is allowed in either the Global League or Live League pool. It's really minor. This sea tile over here is not a sea tile over here. It's a plains. Doesn't really matter, but it's technically not symmetrical. So that's interesting, I think. This is a 52k income map if everything is split evenly. There's one comm tower per player. So you can see the comm towers right here and right here. Very safe for blue over here and very safe for red down here. You're not really flipping that comm tower. There is only one lab per player. This lab here for red. This lab here for blue. They are cappable. Certainly something that a player can push for. But they are a bit difficult to capture. You might think, oh, well, I have two bases here. Blue can just rush like this. And red's one base can't really defend it that well, right? Because this river is in the way. Well, bad news for blue. Red could go like this. So you kind of have to feed your bases backwards to defend against it. You also have these ports, right? So there's 4 ports here in the center. And then 2 ports in the back. And the center ports are pretty important because you can build battleships. And battleships then require you to build subs to deal with them, which then require cruisers to beat the subs. You also might build carriers. Also, there's 1 airport per player, tucked away over here. And these airports come online a little late, and they're not in a very forward position. So I really like this map because air is still good, right? Air is not bad on this map. It just takes some time for it to come online. And also, even once you get the airport and air starts coming out, it takes a while before it can go where it wants to fight. So naval units actually shine a lot on this map. This airport belongs to blue in the bottom left, and then this airport in the top right belongs to red. You can't really contest it. It's closer to these 2 bases than it is to this 1 base. So not only are outnumbered bases, you're also just closer. All right. So let's go ahead and just get into the game here. I played it against the player Klozo. I think I played a couple games against them. I think they're a very good player. Let's see how this plays out. Now, if you watched my last video, you'll remember I said Sensei is overpowered. I think Sensei is overpowered in low-income maps, particularly with lots of airports or pre-capped airports, or at least airports that come online very early. I think Sensei is actually terrible on this map. This is a tier 1 matchup, so the tier 1 high fund COs are Hawke, Eagle, Olaf, Sensei, and I believe Nell. We can forget about Nell. That's kind of a meme pick. If there's maybe more than 3 bases, maybe there's a point to Nell. But I don't think she's that good. So really you're looking at Olaf, Sensei, Hawke, and Eagle. And on this map, Eagle I don't think is that good just because naval is a pretty high priority. He's always great. Eagle is never bad in tier 1 high funds. But I don't think he's the best pick. I think the best pick is either Olaf or Hawke. And Hawke kind of counters Olaf, just because his super heals back the damage that Olaf's super did. Its downside is, of course, Hawke is not immune to the snow. But I don't think this map is great for snow. I don't think snow slows things down too much. There's just so many roads. So I probably would just go Hawke. Maybe Hawke mirrors aren't that great, aren't that fun, but let's go ahead and just get into it and see how this game went. All right, so the first couple days, we're just going to be building our infantry, capturing our properties. Opponent's doing the same thing. These two bases take a long time to come online because neither base is captured. So this infantry, we're just going to go for these capture chains. My idea is this chains here, into here, into here. My opponent's doing something similar, and sends this infantry for the back capture here. I think that's correct. You want to get your income quickly. Actually, I don't do that. Oh, okay, I see it. This infantry is going to go for this back capture. This infantry is going to go here and then chain across. I start the capture here, but like obviously I'm going to capture my neutral base next turn. My opponent doing the same thing. He goes for this capture and chaining to there. He goes for this city and then goes for this port. I think this port is better to capture earlier just because it chains into these guys and gets it more forward. These guys back here can be kind of captured whenever. But it's good that neither of us is rushing the comm tower. Okay, I don't even do that advice. I don't even do what I was doing here. I was just rushing for, I think, this city. Maybe I was thinking I could chain into these two. This guy goes for the port. Go for the factory, the base, and then city cap. This guy's going to go back, and then I think my next one's going to go for the comm tower. Okay, my opponent doesn't go for this immediate income. I think that's a mistake. You just want your money. And if you're not going to go for the immediate income, I think as Sensei especially, you should go for the airport immediately. I'm going to go for the income because I want to go for this city and chain to this one. And yeah, I'm skipping that. I'm skipping everything. This is my second infantry, by the way, from this base. It went here, here, and then over here. It's going to go onto the city, hoping to go for a chain. This guy also goes forward. I think I'm going to go for the comm tower, chain into the city. This guy's going to go over here. Goes for the port. Going for the port early, I think, is really good. If you're kind of the first one to get some units out, it's really strong. So this guy goes here. Cap across the river. I think I should have started the comm tower capture. Even if I was always going to interrupt to capture 1101, I think I should have started the comm tower. Just, you know, there's no downside to it. And this guy's going to go back finally to go for this city. Go for this capture. Going to go for the port. Going to go... I believe this guy's going to go capture this city. Actually, no, I guess I'm going to capture this city. And then this guy's going to go capture these two. This guy over here is going to capture this, and I think my next guy is going to go for the airport. So I think this is a bit of a mistake here. I think you want to be sending your stuff more forward. You don't need to prioritize this. This infantry can always get this next turn. You know, this guy, I think, I guess you want to get this capture off, but I think this guy should have just been over here. There's no reason to capture the comm tower now. And this guy should definitely be going towards the airport. I mean, he can still do that. This should go over here next turn. Builds the tank, the first tank. I don't like it. I mean, I get it. Tanks, fine. You have so much funds. Maybe just build a Neo tank at that point. But if it was me as Hawke, I'm not going to build that tank. I'm going to build another infantry because there's still just more stuff I want to capture that's really close to the base within 2 turns. So I would probably build another infantry there. But as Sensei, you want to be more aggressive. I probably would have gone Neo tank. It would have forced me to build a weak side Neo tank. So I go for this capture. I go across the mountain here. Go for this capture. And I skip this capture here. I'm going to go right to this port. Because I want to get this port online quickly. It's possible to get denied if I don't go for it quick. And here we go. This guy's going where I expected. I built just 1 tank over here. I think I made a mistake here. This should be infantry. So this infantry should be here, and this tank should be back here. I think it's a bit of a mistake. I built the Neo over here because I'm not going to build many units on this side. Many vehicles, right? I can only build 1 vehicle per turn. He built a tank. I don't want to match his tank with a tank. I want to match it with a Neo or a medium tank. And Neo's just have better movement, so I'm going to go for that. Also, if he builds a Neo next turn, which he can, a medium would be kind of outmatched. So I want to make sure all my vehicle buys on my weak side count. So now he's finally going to go for the airport. And he interrupts the comm tower capture. Fine. Yeah, we're not going to be fighting for a couple more turns, so I think it's okay. So this whole plan I have over here didn't really work out, right? I was thinking, okay, I'll rush this and I can go for the chain over here. That was optimistic, right? How am I ever... Like, if this took forever for me to go over here, there's no way I'm getting that chain. It's way too close to this base. But I'm going to go for my airport. Go for this port. Finally going to go for the comm tower capture for real this time. This guy's going to go over here to capture that. And then this tank over here. Oh, okay. That's why I built this tank over here. I wanted to stop his port capture. So actually it was correct for me to build a tank here. That was my idea. I was like, okay, if I build the tank here, I can stop either the port capture or this capture, whatever. Doesn't matter. I don't want to let him get that port for free. My new tank moves up, covering my infantry, so even though he can hit it, my new tank's right there. And I build infantry to capture this city. This guy wants to go over here to 905. I build an anti-air. He doesn't even cap the airport yet. He hasn't even started capping the airport. Why am I building an anti-air? Couple reasons. First off, he's going to capture the airport, right? He's going to start it next turn. I can't interrupt it. He's going to finish it the turn after. And then the turn after that, he's definitely going to build air units. So that's reason number one. There's going to be air units. I can't stop it. And if he just never builds an air unit, I'm happy anyway, right? I'll pay 8k to make Sensei never build air. He's obviously going to build air. But this lets me be in aggressive position. So now he can't counter it with like a bomber because I'll have a anti-air covering it. And then the third reason is anti-air are just good against Sensei, just in general. They one-shot infantry, they one-shot mechs. He's going to have a lot of infantry, potentially a lot of mechs if he uses his super, and he's going to have a lot of air units. So anti-air are really good against Sensei. You want to build a lot of anti-air against him, just enough vehicles to clear his vehicles, right? Vehicles that can clear his tanks and his neo tanks, medium tanks, things like that, and then anti-air for the rest. And I build another tank here. This might have been a mistake. I probably should have built anti-air just to help clear infantry easier. I think I just built that because I was like, you know what? Like, I want to just be ready to deal with the tanks he's probably going to build to fight these tanks. So I don't do that. So he goes to the airport capture, to no one's surprise. Finally, he's capturing the comm tower. Captures the port. He's never getting that, at least not without a fight. And then he sends this artillery over here to cover these captures. I don't know if this artillery is going to do much for him. We'll see. And here's Battleship. The very first turn he could buy it, he buys it immediately. Sensei does have 10% worse naval units, right? Everything that's not an air unit or infantry loses 10%. So this battleship is a little weaker, but not a big deal. Still very good. And right away, this is already pressuring a lot. I mean, it covers this capture, right, for my tank. If I shoot that infantry, my tank's going to get hit by that battleship. So it isn't actually free. So I think it's goodbye. And he still's got 30k in the bank. Here's the part I disagree with. I don't think you need more artillery. I think you're going to need a neo tank to deal with my neo tank. It's not a fight you want to take otherwise. Oh, this tank over here is to protect my guys. Okay, yeah, the tank's just to protect my infantry. All right. And this tank, the neo tank's going to go over here just to be a bully to him. He's got nothing to deal with it. And I go for the shot anyway. Brings it down to 4. And this infantry is here just to interrupt the capture next turn or capture this city. And you might think, well, you're losing a tank. Like, isn't that pretty big? Well, I'm denying this for at least an extra 3 turns. So that's like 6k income denied to him. And I lose 7k. Plus, I get charge. I like getting charge. Hawke loves getting his powers online. So I think it's pretty worth, and I might be able to deny it even further. Plus, I don't want him building naval units out of this. So finally I'm going over here, starting my capture on my airport, and I actually don't even cover these guys. I say, you know what? It's not worth it. Why? Because I have my own battleship. Now, of course, he can attack my infantry on the city over here, but that's not going to go well for him. I can get a trap off on the tank if he does that, and it's not going to be good. So, it'd be kind of an overextend to go there. Here, without the battleship covering it, sure, but yeah, so then I build another tank. To sort of cover, it doesn't cover this shoal tile, but it's ready to start fighting over here, and I just build more infantry. Perfectly spending my funds. So he goes for the battleship shot, doesn't even clear my tank, so this is super worth for me. And he shoots my tank with his infantry. He does get a nice damage off on it. Don't do this, guys. Okay? My tank is happy to knock this infantry down to 9. I'm happy to trade 1 HP for 1 HP, because infantry at 10 HP versus infantry at 9 HP are completely different units, right? 10 HP infantry take 2 turns, and 9 HP take 3. So this is actually a better trade for me, and he's doing it on his turn. He keeps capturing, but like, I'm just gonna clear that 4 HP. And he blocks it with his tank here. It's out of my battleship range. So good job there, and he has artillery here to kind of shut down all ideas of fighting for that. And you know what? You know what? You win. I won't fight for that. And he builds double Neo Tank. It's got 47k. Neo Tank. He says, look, that Neo Tank needs to buzz off. It's annoying me too much. Here's my double Neo Tank. I do think it's late. I think it could have been, 1 Neo Tank could have been built last turn instead of this artillery. 1 artillery, sure. 2 artilleries, I've gone a little crazy there, bud. Sends his infantry forward. I build my battleship off slightly to just be right outside of the range of his battleship, but still cover my infantry and cover the tank protecting this capture. I back my tank up to protect this infantry, let the capture go through. I'm outside of battleship range, so okay, maybe this will go through, but he won't finish it next turn. And this guy's ready to be annoying and kill it next turn unless he join caps. And even if he does join cap, I can use both my infantry to clear it off. I go for this free hit over here. Clearing out the infantry. Less units is great for me. Of course, he's Sensei, he'll get a ton of units, but it's fine. And I build my wall, and I build my second battleship. You can get this capture, but you gotta run. You have to run. And it's kind of hard for him to get this artillery in a position to where it can bother my battleship. I mean, he can put it like over here on this plains tile, but then my battleship can still shoot it. He can put it on the road, my battleship can shoot it, but anywhere else that it can shoot my battleship, this battleship covers as well. Realistically, his best bet would be to send this artillery onto the city, and maybe this artillery on the plains here, and maybe move his battleship in. Probably not, actually. You don't want to move it in range of this battleship. So maybe that's work. Put both already in range to shoot at it. That might be pretty good, actually. We'll see what he does. Oh, but this tank kind of shuts down all ideas of that. So I cover it. And I build a recon. I don't have a lot of funds after building my second battleship. I don't want to base skip. And he's going to have a lot of infantry, right? What does he have over here? He has 1 tank. I have 1 tank. Recon is fine. Maybe I should have built the recon on my back base here just because there's so many roads. And that way if I build infantry here, it gets online a little earlier. Probably would have been a better idea, yeah. Finishes his captures. We're about even on income. And he just backs up and says, you're not hitting this. And he builds a bomber right in my face. This is a mistake, okay? This is just 100% a mistake. I have an anti-air right here. I'm not going to clear the bomber, but I'm going to do 9 HP of damage to the bomber. Yes, I lose the anti-air afterwards, but I'm trading 8k for like 20k. I'm fine with that. maybe he's doing it for charge, but I think that's a bit ridiculous. It's literally for nothing, right? You're just giving me a 12k unit value lead for no reason. And plus, I like charge too. So I don't think it's good. Any join caps here? I'm very happy with that. Go ahead and join cap all you want. And he just backs up. He's like, I can't fight 2 battleships. And he moves his battleship away to cover his stuff over here and stop this capture. And starts this capture in my face. He does have a tank covering it, but he doesn't have anti-air in position. So I can fight here and build a copter, and this anti-air won't reach, right? It doesn't reach the city tile. So as long as I'm fighting on these 2 squares, my copter is safe. So I just go for the hit. Why not? It's completely free. And I just back up. You know, there's 2 Neo tanks here. There's an artillery. I can't really attack in here. That's a dumb idea. If I attack this Neo tank, like, what's going to happen, right? I'll do, like, 6 or 7 damage, and I'll take back, like, 1. So it's a really good trade, right? I do 6, and I take back 1. Well, this Neo tank's going to hit me. This artillery's going to hit me. It's a dumb idea. It's not going to go well. So I'm just backing up, preserving my unit count. I shoot the infantry. I finish clearing it out. Move this guy ready to capture. And my battleships are encroaching. I'm cornering this battleship, right? It can't move up anymore. I have 2 battleships facing it down. He doesn't want to build a battleship from this base either, from this port either, because 2 battleships are ready to shoot at it. So I actually elected to not keep interrupting that. I decided, you know what? I'd like us both to have more income than us both to have a little less income. So I finished my capture. I said, okay, you can have it. It's all right. I go for the interrupt, and I have a copter covering. And I just keep sending my infantry over. I build another anti-air, right? This is going to be a 3 HP bomber. I'm going to lose this anti-air, and I just need another one. Anti-air just good against Sensei. Good to have. I just pull this tank back to repair. I don't want to put it on this city because it's just going to get smacked by this tank. So, just chilling out. Also, remember, I know that Sensei's going to use his CO power next turn. So, I'm trying to keep my infantry safe from the zombies he's going to spawn, right? Every single city he's captured is going to spawn an infantry. 9 HP infantry ready to attack. So he finishes his captures. I'm ahead by 2k, so 1 city captured ahead of him. I'm very happy with that. He builds another battleship. Right in my face. Both these battleships can shoot it, right? Now, of course, it's on high defense terrain, but look. If I shoot it twice, one's going to do 4 damage, and then one's going to do 5 damage or so. So, like, it's going to either die, I think a 33% chance to die, or be at 1. It's not a good idea. I think he's going to move his artillery in range to try and, like, dissuade me a bit. Like, put an artillery right here. Actually, no, it doesn't reach. So I don't know what he's going to do to try and dissuade me from just double shooting it. Builds a copter, that's good. Sensei loves his copters. Okay, he just puts an artillery right in my face. He's going to have to attack my tank as well to make it worth. Okay, he pops his copter command, gets some bunch of infantry out. Bomber did get to hit my Neo tank for free. Does 3 damage. Not bad. But I'm kind of happy with it. You know, whatever. I took 9 HP off of a bomber. I lose an anti-air and 3 HP off of my Neo tank. Whatever. This is going to get black stormed up. Like, I'm going to heal 2 of that for free. So I'm really okay with it. This trade is unfortunate. I'm not happy about it, but it is what it is. It's all right. He goes for a hit there, just chipping this down. I think that's really good, actually. Slow down my captures. That infantry was dead anyway. And as Sensei, your units are really expendable. Day 12 rolls in. I send my copter up. My copter is here to deal with his battleships. I don't want to really fight over here. I'm just trying to be annoying. This tank goes in just to cover this capture. 1 battleship shoots the artillery. The tank clears it out. The other battleship shoots the other battleship on his port. Pull my neo tank back to repair. And I just shoot his infantry. I'm just making sure that he's not going to start this lab capture because it's really annoying for me to deal with that. And I build a fighter. Why? I have 65k. I got a lot of money. He's got a 3 HP bomber, sure, but he's probably going to build another bomber, or he's going to build a lot of copters. Fighter is really good, and it's probably going to force him to build his own fighter too. So I'm happy with the fighter, and I build my 3rd battleship. Why? I don't want him to capture my lab, and it's covering all of these guys. Like, you can't be fighting me here. I got 3 battleships. Even if this guy shoots at my battleship, this guy's just going to move in. So you're not going to fight me there. Plus, it won't take me too long to move this guy up to be on the same line with these guys, kind of fencing in his forces. By the way, this battleship is base locking him. Now, he's obviously throwing a bunch of stuff at me to have better targets for me to shoot at, or at least more important targets for me to shoot at than his base. But it is a base lock, right? And if you put a battleship over on this square, it's also a base lock on this base. So they're very strong. I build more units, just more tanks. I don't need better than tanks over here, just because all he's got is tanks or an anti-air. I probably maybe even have too many tanks here. Maybe I could have gone another anti-air. Maybe I could have gone anti-air over here just to help clear out the infantry, but it's fine. I got 3 battleships. He's only got 2, so clearly I'm winning, right? Starts this capture. I think he's going to block with that infantry. Yep. Good job by him. Clears out my tank. Sends in the bomber, just getting some free hits off. Okay, I don't know about that. I know it was on the city. I guess he's just like, my units are expendable, whatever, I'll just hit. Maybe he's planning to CO power this turn. I guess he must be. He does get the clears. That's, you know, that's something. Okay, he joins just for more HP. I think he's close to unit limit. I think unit limit is 50, so I think he's just trying to sack down his units before he powers. Yeah. So he just hits me again. I probably would have shot with my battleship first for him just to get more charge. Joins up his units. Again, unit limit is 50. If you are at unit limit, you cannot build more units. This hit is a bit reckless. I'm going to hit your Neo Tank. He puts this on the port just to make it harder for me to do stuff there. I'm close to my super. So I go for this hit just so I can get it. Black Storm. So look here. I'm at 167k, 168k to 198. Boom, Black Storm, 180k to 150k. And I haven't even built my units. I haven't even attacked yet. That's the power of Hawke. Power of global damage. I keep capturing. I finish that capture. Because it's at AHP, am I 20% firepower, 10% from being Hawke, or actually 30% firepower, 10% from being Hawke, 10% from the comm tower, 10% from my power. I can clear out the infantry. Recon and 6 HP clear out that infantry. I clear out the anti-air. My copter goes in, chips down that guy. Go for that hit there. And this full HP shoots that down to 6. My other full HP shoots that down to 1. My 7 HP clears that battleship. I'm clearing out infantry. Now his infantry are worth... My infantry are worth more than his, but that doesn't mean that I shouldn't try to clear out his infantry still, right? I need to clear out his infantry so he doesn't keep capturing, he doesn't have great walls. I need that. And I keep my wall up here, and I build another Neotank. Yes, this Neotank's going to hit my Neotank. It's going to suck. Think of it this way, it's more charge. Well, actually, I won't get the charge because it's my turn, but it's okay. And I'm up on income. I'm actually up 2 captures over him. So I'm pretty happy. It's this capture, which I shouldn't have, and this capture, which he doesn't have. I'm going to get this one too, but really it's just this capture that I shouldn't have. He should have it, and it would be even. I build more tanks here. I really think I needed more anti-air over here. He's got no units to deal with these tanks. So I think I should have had anti-air just to... well, I guess I went tanks because I didn't have funds for anti-air. I have to go anti-air infantry, which honestly wouldn't have been the worst. Maybe I should have done that. It's fine. So I might turn it up 224,000 to 131. That's crushing. Let's see what he can do. You know, he's Sensei. He's got 13 more units than me. Maybe he can do something here. Shoots on that infantry. Shoots my battleship with the 3 HP artillery. Might as well, right? Bomber, it's at 1 HP, doesn't do very much damage, but you might as well shoot something. Copter comes in. And he actually doesn't shoot. He joins. Builds a bomber. Anti-air, anti-air. I don't think he needed to join there. It only gave him an extra, what, 4k funds by joining? I think you still go for the Neo-Tank hit. Battleship shoots my tank. And he builds a black boat. I think the idea of the black boat is to stop me from sitting on the port, but how am I sitting on the port? Right, he's got a battleship that's preventing that. He's got an artillery preventing that. He's got a copter in range. I don't know what this black boat's for. We'll have to see. Maybe it's just to be annoying and be a good blocker. Not sure. Okay. Let's see what I can do here. My copter goes in, keeps interrupting that. I don't want to let my city get flipped. My fighter just sits on the city. Why is it doing that? Well, he can't clear my fighter. I don't want him to start the capture of the city again. It's really annoying for me to keep clearing out infantry. I don't want my vehicles shooting infantry, right? I want them shooting vehicles. And it covers everything still. And it can't get trapped because he's not clearing this copter, so I can always exit this way. Clear out some more infantry. Get some more shots in. Keep hitting infantry. Clear out that guy. Get the capture and start this capture. I was like, oh, I can get a nice flip here. Guess what? He can CO power. This infantry spawns here and hits me. So, not exactly a flip guaranteed. He's Sensei. I clear out that tank. Clear out that artillery. Clear out that artillery. Nothing's pointing at my battleships anymore. And I suicide this anti-air because I want to keep the city. I want my money. I'm Hawke. I just want my money. Global damage, go burr, right? Alright, back this up so I can put my Neo-Tank to repair, my Neo-Tank on the city, and I rebuild my wall. Yes, this anti-air is sacked off, but I have a tank and another anti-air ready to go. Build another copter, and another battleship to protect this area, and also be able to move in and encroach more in this area too. So what's he gonna do? Sends his bomber in. Starts his capture again. Clears out my anti-air. Moves the bomber. I don't know about the bomber positioning there. Powers. Clears out my infantry. Shoots it. Hits that infantry. Hits that infantry. Clears it out. There's that guy there. And starts this capture. I mean, obviously the 1 HP is not going to capture it. He's going to need to move it off and capture with the 9 HP infantry. Gets a nice hit off on my battleship. That copter hurts. And the black boat moves forward, I guess just to be annoying, and builds another battleship for him. But this is giving me a lot of charge. And he ends his turn. He built a mech over here and then built another mech. I don't know about the mech chain. I'm not going to push this far in where the mech are going to be useful, right? It's going to take so long for mech to do anything against me here. Goes for the infantry pot shots. Clears out that tank. It's annoying for me, but you know, it's fine. Stops my flip and ends his turn. He's still down in unit value. He's down 13k. He's up double my units, but I'm feeling pretty good with my unit value. I'm getting more charge here. I just back up, clear out more infantry. clear out the infantry. Just keep clearing infantry. Back up this 1 HP. Clear out the bomber. 1 HP. Clear out the copter. Not quite. Down to 1 HP. And then the battleship shoots the anti-air and the artillery. So now both these copter in this fight, the copter and the fighter, are safe. And even if the anti-air shoots it, I'm just gonna heal it back with Black Storm. Even if his battleship shoots my battleship, it's gonna heal it with Black Storm. And I've actually moved this battleship back. Why do I do that? At this point, I'm feeling so confident. I'm like, I can't lose this game. How could I ever lose it? I lose it due to him capturing my lab. So I'm just pulling my stuff back to guard against that. I clear out that artillery. I keep this anti-air to cover it. Chip that guy down just because I had nothing better to do. What did I build? Build the sub, because he's got 2 battleships, right? And a black boat. Why not use a sub, clear that stuff out. And I build another battleship. This battleship can't move, by the way. It's stuck right here. But I just don't want to let any chance of this getting captured, right? Maybe it's overkill, but all of my other ports were stuck with stuff on them. Maybe I could have built battleship here instead of here. But I wanted the sub this turn, and I felt really ahead of unit value. I was like, as long as he doesn't capture my lab, I'm good. And with all these battleships here, like, there's just no way. So he gets capture off. I'm still up 4K, so I'm pretty happy with that. He's going to keep capturing this. It is a real threat of being flipped. But my opponent kind of sees the writing on the wall and is like, look, I can get to even income, but he's going to get another super this turn. I can't deal with this. I'm not capturing this lab. I think he got a bit salty because he kept capturing with his 1 HP. He really should have moved off and captured with a 9 HP. It happens, but it wouldn't have mattered. It was never going through. I had so many battleships ready to shoot it. I was having Black Storm coming in. This entire front is collapsing. Like, I'm going to start sitting on his cities, capturing them over. The sub's going to be active and do things. It's going to be base locked. It's going to be really hard for him to play out this game. I think it's a deserved resign. So, what did we learn in this game? Sensei, not always overpowered. Did my opponent make mistakes? Of course. Did I make mistakes? Of course. I'm not saying either of us played it perfectly, but I wanted to give an example of a map where I feel like Sensei is fair. In fact, I think he's probably one of the worst COs in Tier 1. I think he's better than Nell. But I think it's really a Hawke Olaf map, maybe Eagle. Sensei's probably the worst of those 4, unfortunately for him. I don't mind Sensei being allowed in Tier 1. I just don't like him being allowed on maps where it's just ridiculous. Plus, I'm just a Hawke enjoyer, so I'm out here playing Hawke. I did make an email for you to submit games if you'd like to have your game casted by me. It's Bogaes at Bogaes AWBW, Bogaes Advanced Force by Web at gmail.com. That'll be in the description. If you have a replay and you want to send it to me, you can send it to me through there. You can also send it to me in Discord. Just give me a brief description of the game, why you think it might be interesting, anything you'd like me to point out or look into. If it's more for fun, or if you want me to talk more about what you could have done better, what your opponent could have done better, things like that, let me know. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one.